everybody, welcome to Reaction Shots for the very, 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 very end of May. So the end of May that it is June 1st as we're recording this.
That's early for us.
That's early. Well, because we were trying to do 3 episodes in May to kind of do a whatever. And we are going to give you 2 episodes today. This one is What Have We Watched Lately? And Spiders. And then we're also going to have a summer preview, like upcoming movies, kind of like what are we looking forward to, kind of an episode coming out as well. So it's a double feature today.
A twofer.
A twofer. Yeah. And so it's a little bit different because we've had like on the Easy Allies side, Summer Game Fest is coming up. Huber's been sick. Matt just got off a crazy job where he had literally 0 time. And then I've been working on some other stuff that's been taking up a lot of time as well. So like this one, the scheduling got all bamboozled. So we're going patron free for this one. Sorry about that. We won't have patron comments in time. We wouldn't have had the time to get them for this because we weren't sure when we were going to shoot. Yeah. So this is just the 3 of us episode this time, but for patrons in the patreon.com/reactionshots group, if you do have a good spider story and you want to talk to us about spiders, include that next time and we'll get those as well. But next month, or I guess this month, in anticipation of the Odyssey, our topic shall be Men on Boats, which is my wife Sophia's favorite genre of movie, so she'll be guesting with us as well.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we're going to be talking about The Terror. We're going to be talking about Master and Commander, you know?
White
it's going to be a lot. White Squall.
Perfect Storm.
Perfect Storm. I'm
Jaws.
the captain now. Jaws. Yeah. But this month, this episode, we're talking about spiders. But first, we're going to talk about what we watched lately. I went first last time, I feel like. Matt, you want to go first this time?
Yeah, I have I'm kind of up to date, and I was running the laps on ones I'd missed out on while I was in my work coma. So I saw Project Hail Mary. Some patrons were like, "Are you going to talk about it? When are you?
I loved it.
Are any of you going to talk about Project Hail Mary?"
Have we not talked about it?
We didn't on this show, so I believe probably Easy Allies, some Project Hail Mary probably got mentioned. Or if we did, I have a terrible memory, as everybody knows. Some episodes I cannot remember Tom Cruise's name. I have in my notes.
You did
Tom Cruise typed up. So Project Hail Mary starring Tom Cruise. No, with Ryan Gosling. So I watched that and I liked it. It was great. I feel like I had read some reviews of it beforehand. I gave too much away. Okay. But I still enjoyed it.
Dude, the trailers gave too much away. Because, like, brief aside, like, my sister loved the book. And she had listened to the audiobook multiple times. And she was like, you got to listen to this audiobook. It's great. It's great. This was like a year or 2 ago. And she's like, just listen to it. It's really good. It's by the Martian guy. And I was like, okay, cool. I thought the Martian was well enough, you know, that movie. And I went in knowing nothing. And I think that's the best way to go into this movie. Sophia actually got to see that movie without knowing anything.
Going in cold? Yeah, that was going to be fun going in cold, yeah.
Didn't see any of the trailers.
Gotta go into everything cold.
Everything.
Yeah, I tried to go in as cold as possible. Yeah, I had to read some reviews, but yeah.
And so we won't, if we are going to discuss any spoilery things, we'll warn you. But the trailers give away something that I think should not have been given away. But I get why they did it, because it's like they want to show what the movie's going to be about mostly. But that reveal is so fun if you don't know it's coming.
I mean, I at least hadn't seen a lot. I had only read, so visually, I still had some surprises in store. And, the acting was really fun. It was well cast. Sandra Huller from Anatomy of a Fall and Zone of Interest. And I was thinking, she's in everything. And I realized those are the only 2 movies that I'd seen her from. And I was like, I really love her. She's in this and this and this. And I was like, oh, that's all I know her from. But
She's got
yeah.
like four coming up. Sophia was saying that she's like, there's a decent shot she might be nominated for like multiple Oscars in the same year,
Oh,
like
cool.
this year. Yeah, who
That's
knows?
great. Yeah, she was really good in it. And it's so funny. I feel like she's so like, and it's probably just like my own like this is how I think of like just the European mindset. But she always seems like so like godless atheist to me.
Hell yeah,
I mean, that's me. I'm a godless atheist. Maybe it's just like
samesies.
wishful thinking. But like in this movie, she's like cast as like the one who's like looking off into the sunset, like we have no choice but to believe in a god or something,
Yeah,
which is kind of funny. Yeah.
that part was interesting because I don't remember that in the book. In the book, she's a little more of like a no nonsense badass. I'll spend all the money. I'll hurt whoever I need to. I'll do whatever I have to do to get this to happen
That
because
still
it's
comes
gonna save.
across.
Yeah, it still comes
Yeah.
across. But in the book, she's like this. She's like this.
little more
Whirlwind.
ruthless.
She's like this tsunami of like getting shit done without caring about the morals because she knows that saving all of humanity is worth any cracking any egg she has to crack. Basically, that's her like mentality, you know. And that comes. She's even more of a hard ass in the book. I think. I don't remember
Yeah.
her having any religion, but I don't. You know, it's been a while.
Yeah. I didn't think it was a perfect movie, but I think like, I think if I were a kid, I was gonna love it. And none of the movies I loved as a kid are none of them are perfect watching them now. My God.
Oh
And
yeah.
like overall, like it's for a messagey movie. Like it's good. Like it's really good. It's like, yeah, get off your ass and do something. Shit's on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. It's a fun movie. Everybody should see it. Like
Yeah. I
it
really
made me
enjoyed
feel
it.
like why are you so nitpicky about movies? Like it's a fun, good
One of
movie. Yeah.
one of my favorite IMAX movies in a long time because the space scenes were full screen, like full aspect ratio, and then the non-space scenes were like more like widescreen ratio.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it gave each like a very distinct feeling. I thought it was like cool narratively
That's a
watching
smart
it
way
when
to
it would
do it,
like
yeah.
it was cool. It was cool.
You know what? I did wonder. I saw it in a regular theater. I did not see it in IMAX. And visually, I liked most of the movies, but some parts that were supposed to evoke the wonder of space, some of those felt a little underwhelming, not in a
Sure.
way that we're like, this movie sucks because it's a cool movie, but like some parts where it was like, zoom, you're looking at the matrix of space. I was like, I've seen better. But that's not a knock against the movie necessarily. It's just not like 2001 or, it's not a Galaxy or, no, not Galaxy. What's the Sandra Bullock movie?
Gravity.
What am I? Gravity. That, yeah, exactly. It's not that level of a film, but
Yeah.
Interstellar.
honestly, if you go back and watch Gravity's story is not quite as
Gravity, yeah, I was
cool as
pretty
this.
underwhelmed by Gravity actually.
Yeah, and you go back and like Sandra Bullock is like howling like a dog, and you're like, what is this shit? Honestly,
What is this?
like I like Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock's very
Oh
cool, but
yeah.
like honestly, you go back and watch that movie, and you're like, well, the visual effects are cool, but so
Lot of fun faux oneers, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, cool movie. Oh, Isla, and probably Hubert too, but Isla especially. This really stuck in my mind how much you had championed Bone Temple in
Oh
Nia
yeah.
DaCosta
Yeah.
for Hedda.
Yeah.
And so and I'll be honest, I just, I watched so much stuff over the last 150 years of movies, I'm just behind on everything. And I have a list like miles long of like the great things my friends with good taste recommend to me, and like that was one of them. I was like, shit, I gotta watch Bones
perennially behind.
Yeah. And so, I watched 28 Years Later and Bone Temple, and I was like, oh my God, Nia DaCosta is a genius. I don't think I'd seen anything by her, not by intention. I just don't think I had. And I was like, holy shit, this movie is fantastic. And like 28 Years Later is very good. I like Danny Boyle. I was a big fan of Trainspotting, and I was like, he's still got it. This is a cool movie. And I'm kind of like, I can take or leave Alex Garland, to tell you the truth. I love like some of his movies a lot, and sometimes they leave me really cold. But I was like, 20 Years Later, very cool. And then I saw Bone Temple, and what Nia DaCosta did with that script was just tremendous. And the villain,
crazy. It's so
holy shit,
crazy.
The guy from Sinners. Oh, I mean, like, obviously he was good at Sinners, but like that is a next level.
Jeff
I mean,
Can
I Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal? I mean, like, this is probably a little spoiler territory, but can I talk a little bit about the setup of that film? Do you think that's a spoiler?
Yeah,
general.
That's fine.
It's like, just because I feel like if I had known, I would have ran to turn it on. And dude, I'm not going to give away the whole thing. Like, I would have run to turn on that movie.
I swear to God, a bunch of people didn't realize this movie was a sequel to 28 Years Later. I think people thought, like, they saw the billboards and they saw the stuff. I think they just thought it was coming to streaming now or something. Like, no one went out and saw this movie. And I think that like the idea of having this movie come out 28 weeks after the first one or the third one, it was such a fun idea, but they like totally botched the messaging because nobody went and saw this. It's a real kind of
it's that why it was that distance.
Yeah.
I was like, I still didn't realize why it came out so soon. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, why did they do that so shortly after? Okay. Yeah, I did not realize.
I think it kind of backfired, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I knew it was a sequel, but I didn't know. I was like, why so soon? Did they just like rush it out to market for some reason? They didn't have faith in it, but like, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Well, the general setup, if you don't know, and I really want people to see it because it's my favorite movie this year. And the year is halfway in.
It's up there for me too, for sure.
Yeah.
It's the world of 28 days later, 28 weeks later, all that jazz of the zombie, apocalypse. But it is, the zombies are in the background, and it's like a Lord of the Flies type setup where it is a cult, like a Charles Manson type cult with like a leader who, kind of believes the devil is his father. Yeah, and he convinces them. He convinces his little cult of like, yeah.
I think very specifically designed. I don't remember his name, and like, fuck him, why would I? But like,
Top of the Pops, this British guy,
TV show guy, who is like a real fucking nasty bloke. Kind of modeled after him, I think.
Yeah. But the fun thing about it's not just any cult. It's a really, really interesting take on a cult. It's not just like, and I've always thought that like cults get kind of boring and stuck in a role, right? In popular media. These are like, they wear tracksuits and they can like do flips and do like breakdancing like moves and stab people with knives, and they have their head shaved and wear blonde wigs, and they're all called Jimmy, like, and they all like believe in Satan, and they all have this specific lingo. I've not seen a cult like this, and I was just so impressed by the
what do they call the thing they do? Charity.
If they're going to torture someone, they call it charity, like performing a charity.
So disturbing.
It really is. I mean, this movie was more frightening than any of the other 28 movies, because I find human cruelty much more scary than zombie cruelty. Disturbing. Yeah.
Well, and it's
end.
funny because the first one is crazy because it's like,
First one's
okay,
fucked up.
it only took these guys a month or two to get this depraved, right? Where they're gonna like commodify these women and whatever. But like this was such an interesting take to me because it's like this kid was literally like born into violence. Like it shows him like watching Teletubbies or whatever right off the bat. And then like, he's like 7 or 8, right? And then every moment of his life has been violence ever since. And like running from violence and like it's such an interesting psychological kind of breakdown to be like, yeah, this guy would like develop like this and have this crazy ass relationship to violence in this way. Like it is really interesting, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just the setup for the movie.
Yeah.
This is the premise, and it went in directions I did not expect. And like my two criteria for me enjoying a movie is it either needs to be a great movie or it needs to be a surprising movie, and it doesn't have to be both. It honestly doesn't have to be both. It can be like just a so-so movie, but if it surprises me, I'm like, cool, had a good time. I was surprised. But this one is both. It was both surprising and great, and that is a pretty rare movie. And so yeah, huge thumbs up on that one.
Big shout out to Samson.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That gets cut.
That's real spoilery.
That's very spoilery, but I think when you watch
Yeah.
the movie, you will definitely understand what that means. And Ray Fiennes, obviously,
Spoilers like all over these in the front of the poster. What are you
Him
talking
existing
about?
is not as much of a spoiler.
That's all I'm saying. I love Samson.
It definitely a shout out to him. But yeah, if developing that line of thought and that storyline is very cool. For sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, feel free. We can talk about it much further. I was setting a flag for listeners.
I like where that story goes. I think some people were bothered by it, but I think it was interesting to me and a natural progression of like this universe, and kind of like an ironic tragedy that comes through with that kind of storyline. That's what I'll say. I like that.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
Surprising start to finish. Yeah.
Just a menacing presence, Samson.
A menace menacerance.
Yeah, stylistically different from the other 28 years movie also, which was bold too, just to say to the producers like, no, you set this precedent, and Nia DaCosta is like, no, this is what I want to do differently. Apparently she told Alex Garland, please rewrite sections. I would prefer for it to be this way. Wow. And whatever, I don't know what those changes were, but
that's cool.
Whatever they were, it worked for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. Well, it's an interesting bridge because we had just rewatched 28 Days Later before watching 28 Years Later, which was good because like the Gonzo camera stuff in 28 Years Later really harkens back to that first movie, and it I think plays better if you've recently rewatched it, because you're like, oh yeah, this movie is weird, like makes weird filmmaking choices, right? And I've talked about this before, but then 28 or the Bone Temple, I mean, like it feels like a bridge back out of that into like more traditional filmmaking, like more normal filmmaking. So it's like if the next one is more like 28 Years Later, it might like feel more natural again. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm glad you warned me because like within the first 10 minutes, even though I remembered those style choices being kind of all over the map, it still was very off-putting to me. I was like, oh, what is going on with this lens?
Well, you don't like 40 iPhones suddenly being a single shot? Like,
I don't mind low res stuff. It's like there's this certain thing where once you move on past the technology onto like a newer version automatically, even if you hated it when it first arrived. Now it becomes kind of like vintagey and retro and
Yeah,
cute, and
yeah.
you miss it, you know.
Yeah.
So I hated when digital cameras first appeared, and I'm like, no, film only. And now the first wave of digital cameras, I'm like, I miss them.
Yeah.
Inland Empire is a great movie.
Inland
Yeah,
Empire is a great movie from
you
what I
know it is.
remember.
It is definitely.
Never seen that one.
Autofocus.
Yeah.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was David Lynch when he was just like, I love autofocus.
Okay.
He said, "Film is a dinosaur." Yeah.
Yeah, film is a dinosaur.
Yeah, but I'm glad you warned me, Isla, because at first I was like, oh, yeah, it was repulsive, but then I kind of settled into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so both of those films are great. Oh, and it had the spy, what's her name? She played the mother, killing Eve, right?
Oh, yeah,
That's the name.
yeah.
Yeah, Villeneuve, or yeah,
Yeah,
it was cool to see her.
now that you can't remember it, I can't remember it.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which apparently is a
uh,
legitimate human psychological phenomenon. Like, if
That's
one
crazy.
person can't remember something, like the group will also
Oh
forget.
well,
I recently learned
I'm
that.
contagious. Watch out.
I recently learned that.
Yeah, and then I watched some literary adaptations of women authors by women directors, and I'm here to announce they were terrible. And
Oh, no.
I did not like doing that because like you, as someone who works in
Jodie Comer.
the business. Oh yeah, that's right, that's her name. Yeah. So, as someone who works in the business and only occasionally makes things that are quality and that I can tell people to go watch of my own, I get that there are so many factors.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's trying their best, so it's very hard to criticize. But also, I don't want to just be on this program giving puff pieces and saying
Yeah.
everything's great. That's not the job of being a critic. So I saw Wuthering Heights, and
Oh boy.
I was so
Oh, boy.
prepared. Like, I'm so
We
prepared.
can shit all over that. It's garbage.
I'm so prepared to have the contrarian take and it's good actually, because that's fun. It's so fun.
I would
to
kick
be
you off the show.
It's good actually, but no, it was not good actually. Wuthering Heights was, as they say, bad actually. Did you?
Although,
So you watched it?
Shout out to, I made it like 20 minutes. I was like, I cannot. Shout out though to I Think I'm Gonna Die in This House by Charlie XCX. That song is sick.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they blow their load on that like immediately. It's like the first song in the movie.
yeah. But I like the book. The book is really cool. Soundtrack is not as cool as the Kate Bush song, which I've always loved.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was the first Kate Bush song I saw, like when I was like
Oh really?
23. And I won't say what year it was when I was 23.
1865.
Yeah, pretty
Back in my
much
day.
the same year the novel Wuthering Heights came out. But I was like, I was confused and transfixed by the Wuthering Heights music video, with Kate Bush doing the dance. So
Kate Bush.
yeah, but like I thought the book was so cool with Wuthering Heights. It's so mysterious and like creepy for a book at the time. Not saying there weren't other ones, but it was so heavy. And but the movie just kind of like missed the boat, and like it's a common complaint about the casting.
Yeah.
But
whitewashing it was a choice.
yeah, but they also, like they were like changing. They were like, oh, we didn't, cast the main character correctly with Jacob Elordi. And I hate Romani is probably the politically correct term to use because the book implies that's his heritage, but they were like, here's some other characters who are probably, we're going to Bridgerton it up. We'll do like some, Hamilton or Bridgerton. We're just going to mix some people who aren't white here in the cast. But kind of they just did it randomly and did not think through the implications of what it would feel like for those characters to be not white. And some of those are also troubling implications. So they made Margot Robbie's husband not white. And then they made like one of her it's kind of like her attendees not white. And then like thinking through the story implications of just kind of like randomly kind of sprinkling that through is not what the author had in mind. And the whole story is about why this kid would be an orphan, why he would be tossed out into the street because he's not white, and then why he would be thought of as lower. And so just to be like, no, he's hunky Jacob Elordi, and like it takes away all its meaning.
Sex, it's just like,
it's like it doesn't quite work that way. I mean, like it's not the first adaptation of Wuthering Heights. She's not the first person.
It's like
She's not the first person to get it wrong. And like I remember being on Reaction Shots and coming and singing the praises of Promising Young Woman. And you, Isla, you were like, I don't know about that movie.
I was medium on it.
Dude, I just think this is kind of my thing. And like, also, I try not to just like, especially over the years, I've tried to curtail any like just kind of baseless negativity as much as I can. Because I think, I come off as, people have historically read me as more negative than I think I intend to be. But like with Emerald Fennell's movies, I think that they're always something that I want to like. There's an aesthetic there. There's a vibe there that I'm like, okay, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. And then there's something that just like misses the mark in a way that makes me very concerned. People bandy about all kinds of things like, kind of just like Tumblr aesthetic, or like they think it's very skin deep kind of. And I think sometimes that's unfortunately kind of correct, because with Promising Young Woman, like to me, it really lets down its own premise in the end. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend watching it, but like to try to not spoil anything, I think that its ending kind of goes against itself and kind of tells on itself in a weird way, in sort of a way that doesn't understand the full scope of what it was maybe trying to say. Which is disappointing. And then Saltburn to me I really disliked Saltburn. Like the whole time I was watching Saltburn, I was just like, you're right. The Talented Mr. Ripley is a good movie, and I would rather be watching that. And then like the audacity to go in interviews and be like, oh, I wasn't really thinking about that. I'm like, it's beat for beat. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, it just seems like there's, I don't know, just not for me, I guess.
Yeah. I think I would need to go back and see Promising Young Woman, and I might come to the same conclusion now that I've seen more of her work. I was probably, I was maybe doing a misreading or just being excited to see something that, is maybe like mid-budget, small budget, saying even something. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
I was like,
there's so much good about it. I remember being really excited for her next one, right? It was one of those things where it's like, okay, the ending of this one missed the mark, but I loved everything else, right? And so I was like, okay, I can't wait to see where she goes from here. And unfortunately for me, she leaned into the part of it I didn't like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah,
away
for sure.
From the part of it I liked.
Sure. Absolutely. The career has not developed in the promising direction. And then, so on a similar note, I saw The Bride. I
haven't seen that.
Yeah, it had divisive reviews, and divisive reviews I'm excited about because divisive reviews tend to like when they split so
If you
hard, or
like
people
it,
love
you'll
them or
love
hate
it.
it. Yeah. I'm like, I got to see it. Also about a very famous book written by a woman, and I'm an English major, and I really like The Lost Daughter, which was directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, based on
Yeah, I like that too.
Elena
Yeah.
Ferrante. I think is one of the best writers who's ever lived. Like, she's an Italian writer, and so I was like, yeah, I have to see whatever's happening with The Bride.
My Brilliant Friend is like one of my favorite shows of all time.
I have not seen it. I
Like
hear it's
actually
fantastic.
one of the best of all time.
Is it
You
based on
would
the
love the
same
books.
book?
It's based
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
same writer, Elena Ferrante.
Yeah.
You would
Okay.
love the books.
Oh
You
my
would love
God,
the
that
books.
show is
Her
so
writing-
fucking good.
Her writing is ruthless. And I mean, like, on a sentence level, her sentences stab like daggers.
Whoa.
Like that, yeah, like you would read like 3 sentences, Hubert, and you would just be blown away. You'd be like, oh
Yeah.
my God. She does
Sick.
not fuck around with her sentences. Her sentences are just
show
like
does not fuck around.
emotional. Yeah. You would love it. I need to watch the show
yeah.
because I'm really curious what people have done with the show. I bet it's great. Yeah. Everyone I trust tells me it's great. So yeah, I got you're another one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So The Bride, I was like, I bet I'll like this. Someone who did The Lost Daughter that well, I bet The Bride's good. And like, no, I was like, it looks ambitious. Let's give it a shot. And I really, again, it hurts me to like criticize like when people get big budgets and they're trying things, and like it's hard to know even where to begin. It's just like it's a convoluted mess where it doesn't seem to have even figured out what it wants to say or how to say it, and it looks it's
just a mess.
Oh yeah, it really is a mess, and it's like this seems.
Did you see it too, Huber?
No.
Oh, okay.
It seems like if a conservative were trying to make fun of what it thinks leftist or feminist ideas are, it's like this is what all the liberals think or something.
This is the reality the liberals want.
Yeah, and it's like, but it's not. And then it makes you wonder, like, with a big budget, with such a big property, like Universal or Bride of Frankenstein, like how much freedom did they have? Or it's like, okay, we love what you have here in the script, Maggie Gyllenhaal, but maybe you could make it a little bit more like this. And maybe the bride could be a little like this, and maybe she could shoot people, and she could dance, and like,
she be sexier,
yeah. And maybe when she shouts the words "me too," maybe the other person could be like this and stab someone, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. I don't know, and maybe that's offensive for me to say. Maybe these really were Maggie Gyllenhaal's ideas. That's really assuming a lot on my part. But it's a mess, and I can't really recommend it. Yeah, and also very, very, also a little embarrassing for me. There's a lot of Ginger Rogers stuff in here. Christian Bale, he plays Frankenstein, and Frankenstein is a fucked up character. He's really sexist, and he's obsessed with Ginger Rogers. And last month is like, you guys. Last month I'm like, you guys, Ginger Rogers is great. And then also like Christian Bale's, and then he's in the movie. He's like, hey, you gotta watch a lot of Ginger Rogers movies. And I'm like, I'm watching this with Jessica, who knows I've been on a big Ginger Rogers kick, and I'm like, oh no. He tries to name her Ginger Rogers in the movie. I'm like, no. Wow. He brings her to life. He's like, your name's gonna be Ginger Rogers. I'm like, oh shit.
It's very funny.
I'm like, shut up, don't say it. Yeah. Anyway, don't watch the movie. That's not the reason I don't like it. Yeah. On a good note, my final movie I watched, Lady of Steel, Kung Fu Corner. We need
the Kung Fu
a
Corner.
Chiron for Kung Fu Corner.
Kung Fu Corner. Okay.
Lady of Steel. It's another Chung Pei movie. Come Drink with Me, Lady Hermit, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This woman's incredible. She's just like a martial arts expert. This is another, I would put it in one of her top movies. Like, it wasn't really rated very high, and I was like, fuck it, I like the stuff she does. Let me check it out. It was a beautiful, very elegant movie. Like, so well done, exciting plot, like fireworks everywhere, flashing on the bad guys' heads as like she stabs them in the back. Like, just like horse riding. She's like jumping off the tops of trees, just like she does in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And I'm like, oh, well, they probably saw that, and they were like, yeah, get her in this movie.
She can just do that.
Yeah,
that's just something she can do.
There's so many surprises in this movie. I was like, this movie's perfection. I don't want to ruin some of the surprises in it. A Jackie Chan, teenage, like maybe 12 years old Jackie Chan is in it as a little baby.
Cool.
One of my friends online like spotted it. I didn't even know. I was searching online, and then she had like taken a picture of him on there, and I was like, oh my God, I watched the whole movie. I didn't even spot him in there. But yeah, Jackie Chan cameo, baby boy Jackie Chan. Anyway, Lady of Steel. Highly recommend it.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Anyway,
I gotta watch that one.
That wraps it up for me. Yeah.
No, I love it, Matthew. Yeah. I love it so much.
Hubie, what have you seen lately?
I'll piggyback on that Kung Fu kick. I watched Ong Bak for the first time in a minute. And man, it's aged so well. It's aged so well. Just how grounded that movie is. Just Tony Jaa does some of the craziest shit. He really is like a cross between Jet Li and Jackie Chan. Cause I always like to say Jet Li has like the most like power. Like when Jet Li hits someone, you friggin' feel it. And then Jackie Chan has like all the cool like stunts acrobatics and stunts. Like Tony Jaa at one point like jumps through the barbed wire like circle thing. It's like so cool. And then I watched The Protector as well, which growing up I saw both of those in the theater, and I just remember being obsessed with The Protector even more than Ong Bak. The Protector has the really famous one long take up the stairs like a fucking video game. But The Protector, the plot is a little worse. There's like a little bit of like CG and stuff, and like there's no CG in Ong Bak like whatsoever. They like made a point not to use any of that. No wire work. So The Protector like leans into like a little more of that.
The Protector always felt more like Equilibrium to me. It was like in that era where it was just like glitz and glam. Where Ong Bak is just like, nah, I got elbows, man. I'm just gonna whack you with my elbows.
Totally. But both are so good. They really hold up. So if you haven't seen any Tony Jaa movies, highly recommend those ones. And then another one of my all-time favorites growing up, and I had not seen it in like 15 years, but it's one that I watched as a kid like 20 times, Kiss of the Dragon with Jet Li and my fucking girl, Bridget Fonda, retired too young. I need more Bridget Fonda movies. I like immediately looked into after the movie was over. I was like, where is Bridget Fonda? What is she doing? And she's just like, yeah, I probably won't come back to acting. I just like being a civilian. Like, that's it. I just enjoy being a civilian now. Bridget Fonda's, I friggin' love Bridget Fonda. Everything she's in.
What was the last thing she did? It's been definitely a while.
This is one of the last. Truly, Kiss of the Dragon in like 2002 is up there.
I'm trying to think when I saw that, or if
this is her second to last. She was also in The Whole Shebang and then a documentary archival thing. Like Kiss of the Dragon is like, for all intents and purposes, her finale. She really elevates that movie. You know, she just plays
Jane Fonda's kid. Niece of Jane Fonda and granddaughter of Henry Fonda.
Yeah. Oh, Bridget Fonda.
Daughter of Susan Brewster and Peter Fonda. Okay.
Yeah, Peter
God
Fonda.
dang, those Fondas.
I know the Fonda crew.
Jane Fonda's
Um,
still out there, dude.
yeah,
Going crazy.
I know. Kiss of the Dragon, 2001, and that was it. She's like, all right, I'm done. Um, this of course is with Jet Li, and their chemistry in this movie holds up. Friggin' Jet Li and Bridget Fonda, you would never guess. Like, when that movie was over, I was just like, yo, top 10 duos. Like, they are so good together because he's like full on Chinese, like coming over to America just for like to help out. So he like speaks English in the movie a ton, but like, or he comes over to France. It's in France. So he's just like fully fish out of water, and then she's like a prostitute under like the gang's thumb, and their paths just like cross by accident, kind of. And it's just really good. The martial arts holds up. The action holds up. Like, it's just a really good time, this movie. You know, it's not like the best thing you've ever seen, but it's just like one of those ones where it's over and you're just like, hell yeah, Kiss of the Dragon.
She had 4 movies in 97, 4 movies in 98, 1 in 99 and 2000, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 movies and 1 TV show episode in 2001, and then 6 episodes of TV in 2002. She had an insanely packed few years there.
Yeah, that's probably why she like stopped. She's like,
She
dude,
probably
I'm tired.
burned out.
Yeah. Always loved her. Loved her in Point of No Return, obviously the La Femme Nikita remake. That's another one of her sick ones. But yeah, big shout
seen
out.
Single White Female.
Well, I can't say whether or not it's good.
Does it hold
That's
up?
one of those movies.
Know.
I can't say whether or not it's good, but I can say that it's great.
Yeah.
So, you know, it may be not very good, but it is great.
Bombastic moments for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jennifer Jason Leigh becomes obsessed with her, and she looks in the mirror, dresses just like her, and she goes, I love myself like this.
So insane.
That's awesome.
So if that sounds good to you, then...
I mean, I wonder, you know, it comes up sometimes in like sapphic conversations. I haven't seen it, so I don't know, but like... As like, yeah, is this do I want to be you or do I want to be with you?
It's probably troubling and very problematic. I watched it when I was like a lot younger, and I was like, this seems questionable, but I also love it.
Yeah.
You know, like it seems like there are some regressive elements to this, but I also love it.
I mean, it's, you know, it's as with all things, it's like a character can be bad and regressive and have wrong thoughts as long as the film isn't like, you know, because I think sometimes today in today's day and age people kind of forget about this, where it's like a movie can be about a thing or a character can say things in a movie. That doesn't mean the filmmaker is saying them.
Exactly.
Like, it was hard to tell the POV there, but I mean, I think like it's still worth seeing, maybe just because it's very much time capsule. Because it was part of that whole stalker movie trend, you know, like
copycat and shit.
Fear,
yeah, there are a lot of those, you know, and probably like all those Michael Douglas movies, you know, erotic thrillers,
erotic thriller era. Check out our
like,
episode about erotic thrillers.
But it was like, ooh, here's a different spin on it. It was good. I mean, not good, but great.
Sick.
What else, UB?
We'll definitely talk about Spider-Noir when we enter the episode. There was something I watched and I cannot think about it, so you can go and it'll come and I'll interrupt you like I do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the big one I saw, Backrooms. That's like the most recent one that I saw, and like I will preface. Weirdly, it didn't bother me as much as it bothered everyone else I saw it with. Maybe because I was just like, hey, we're on their turf, whatever. This is a Backrooms, you know, movie.
Oh, so that
But
was, did you see it like yesterday or something, or very, very recently?
saw it opening day. Yeah, I saw it
Yeah.
opening day. And in a mall in Burbank with some friends. And there were a bunch of teens in this movie, and the experience with these teens was poor. One of them brought a ramune bottle to the movie theater, and if you don't know what ramune is, it's a Japanese drink where there's a glass bead
This is
in
giving me
the
anxiety.
in the bottle, and you smack the little glass bead down, and it goes into this little receptacle, and then. Whenever you drink, it makes the little bead noise. But he was just kind of fucking with it throughout the movie. Yeah, just kind of like, and then like there'd be parts where Renata would like be breathing, and like one of the teens would just like mock it. They would just go like repeat it, and they were just like talking. And then like at the end of the movie, we looked over and we saw their row, and it was just like a fucking battleground of like garbage and popcorn and shit everywhere. I was just like, what has befallen the human race, dude? Like, oh my God.
That sounds scarier than the movie.
I mean, certainly because the movie I thought was. Here's the thing. The movie, like, it's fine. It's interesting to make a feature-length movie about a liminal space, and especially like when the liminal space, like the whole point of it is like, you know, the fear of it is kind of like leaving it a little unexplained, leaving it a little to the imagination, right? So it's like you can't explain too much, right? Because then people will be like, well, that's not, I don't want it to be that, but you can't explain nothing because then it's like, what are you hanging this movie on? It, Chiwetel Ejiofor and Renata Rensvi did like, obviously they're brilliant actors. I think they did a great job with what they were given. Maybe spoilery, but like I'm a little surprised at Chiwetel's character. I think, and I was talking about this with Sophia, I think it kind of leans into some maybe harmful or like doesn't really utilize, like it kind of does some tropes, but doesn't really say anything about it. So it's kind of just doing the trope.
Yeah, that used to, well, this young director. So when I was
Yeah.
that age, I thought the replication was, like an examination or
Right, right.
deconstruction. Yeah, he's like, what is he, like 19 or something?
I think 20 or
Yeah.
something. Which, like, hey,
Yeah.
a lot of the great filmmakers of all time broke through when they were really young. So it's like I'm not gonna poo-poo that. I think, hey, yeah, fuck yeah. Am I
Big
jealous?
Mark,
Sure.
big
But
Mark
like,
Duplass fan.
yeah, Mark Duplass is in there,
I
kinda.
really love him.
He's in there, and like, A24 shepherded this movie through with all of its little stable of filmmakers and people like kind of helping out. I think the movie looks great. The backrooms themselves look incredible. Like the effects are all very good. So like that element of it is really good. Some of the performances from people other than the main two, I thought were very uneven. It felt like they were in a different movie, kind of, which was a bummer. Yeah, just all in all, like, I mean, an incredible debut movie, right? Like an incredible first feature from a new filmmaker. So it's like hell yeah. I think though, like pretty uneven, and like you know, but I can't wait to see what comes from them next, right? Like I think it'll be really cool to see where we go from here. Hopefully, it doesn't go the way of just like let's pump out a bunch of backroom sequels and make a bunch of money and like there's
Yeah,
no thought into it because it's like
they
what this
totally
felt
will.
like. They,
It's
yeah,
gonna
I mean,
become like the Insidious or
it's gonna be the next
something.
Saw or
Like,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah, Saw
but
for
like,
sure.
but like, I could tell that they wanted it to be thoughtful and they wanted to have that attention to character in there. I just think that it didn't like land the plane on kind of any of the character through lines. I know the script went through a lot of revisions, but I think the script is maybe where like if it had like a few more passes where it was just like, okay, but why are we doing this with this character and why are we doing this with this character? And there's a couple of like pretty easy layups where it's just like, okay, tie this to that, tie this to this, and you're good. Like have things matter and you'll be fine. Like
Yeah,
You
I
know.
look back or think back to things I wrote when I was a lot
Oh
younger,
my God.
where I really thought, like, oh, I'm going to grab these things from culture, put
Yeah.
them in my book, and go see. And then, like, I thought that was, I thought that was like somehow deconstructing them. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, that's not quite
Keep
enough.
going.
All you're doing is, making a copy of bad things in culture. And, I get that impulse, but now I look back much later and I'm kind of, embarrassed that I did that. It's just like a common impulse when you're young. I see a lot of younger artists do that. I really want to see Obsession, the new movie
Dude, I've
Obsession, but
heard it's incredible. I've
I
heard
hear
very
it,
good things.
and that's another younger filmmaker.
Yeah.
I hear that it's very good, but I also have a similar fear, and obviously I need to see the movie before
Yeah.
I say anything about it. And you can only gauge so much from a trailer. It does seem to look like it wants to offer a commentary, but I am worried that it does a similar thing where it's like, here's a stereotype that, which there is this thing where it's like, oh, like there's a girl, but girls be so clingy, and it's like, well,
What I've
do
heard
they?
what
And it
I've
needs
heard from that one is that the sort of like Fight Club, like I've heard a few people say like the movie is saying the right thing, but some people are taking the wrong thing. But like I haven't seen it either, so I don't know. But that's I've heard some people say that. At
I
least
think it
that's
would need
their
to do
theory on
something
it.
a lot more interesting than the clingy girl kills the guy.
Yeah.
Like it would
Girls
need
can
to
do it too, yeah.
it would need to develop that much further. Otherwise, it's just like something you would see on a red pill forum or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
$1 million budget and made 150 million.
Obsession or $1 million budget? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Like, see, I love that kind of stuff. I've heard
I
nothing
can't
but
wait
good
to
things
see it.
from like friends, from like
Yeah.
people I've talked to. They've all loved it.
Oh, that's great. I definitely need to judge for myself. So this is not
Yeah.
like saying that's what that movie is. And I'm very curious to see where they take it. And I'm very, very happy to see young filmmakers succeeding on very small budgets. That's a wonderful
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize that budget was so low. That's really cool. I love that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was that. Otherwise it's been TV. I've been loving Widow's Bay.
It's so good. It's
yeah,
so
it's really
good.
fun.
It's so funny. It's
Yeah, it's
so
really
funny.
And then I've been enjoying From still. There's one episode that's new that I haven't seen yet, so hopefully it didn't shit the bed in the last week. But From's been cool. And then yeah, Spider-Noir. We can use
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Noir to bridge into the actual topic for the
I actually remembered what I watched a lot of. I
Okay, yeah,
remember real
what's up?
quick. The original Bond trilogy. I've been
Ah,
gaming it.
wait,
So I did-
original?
Yeah, like Doctor No,
Holy
From Russia
shit.
with Love, and Goldfinger.
Oh, gee.
And From Russia with Love is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Whoa.
Like, I had not seen that one since I was a kid. And as a kid, it was too slow for me. It's like really slow and drawn out. And there's like a really complex, it was like really complicated as a kid. I was like, who's playing who and what and what? Like, it is such a good mystery. There is Robert Shaw as the freaking assassin is so good. And then there's like an entire 45-minute set piece on the Orient Express. Like, I was blown away. Like it ended and I was like, that is actually like one of my favorite movies now, From Russia with Love. It was so good. Of course, you go into the old Bond movies, like, all right, this guy, fucking old Bond, like problematic. It's there. It's not as bad as we remember, but it is totally there. There's like a scene where they're like drinking around the table and like he's like flirting with this girl and then like a guy comes up that he needs to talk to and he's just like, all right, the men are talking. Like, all right, Bond, you're a fucking yeah, there's a couple parts. that's the thing is like it's not a lot of things, but there's always like one or two moments where you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's just like
especially with Sean Connery in real life where you're just like,
and then you bring that into it too, of course, for sure. But I remember Goldfinger was always like my favorite as a kid, and I didn't like it as much this time. But From Russia with Love was absolutely where it's at. So high recommendation for that one.
I think I've seen Dr. No, but I haven't seen those
Dr.
other
No.
two.
Yeah. Dr. No also rips.
Is Dr. No when he goes to the Bahamas? Nassau, Bahamas, I think.
Yeah, like Jamaica area, and then like Cape something.
I think he was in Nassau because we watched it in the Bahamas.
Sick.
When I was there studying abroad for a month, they were like, "Yeah, here's a depiction in media of Nassau."
I
love the Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
Yeah, that's how British people say it. The Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
Or you can correct me. That's a terrible pronunciation. Our listeners in the UK are going to be like, screw you.
It's cool when you watch them in a row too, because I always, as a kid, thought they were all separate, really. But especially these early ones. I'm in the middle of Thunderball right now, which is number 4. Dude. Overarching Spectre villains.
Really?
Like, it is a full-on arc of
I didn't realize that.
Spectre. Cool. Yeah. So
I mean that's the stuff I like from the Daniel Craig era, where it's like, oh, these are linked and they all make sense together, and then like his misogyny is like motivated. Yeah. And like within the world of the movie, it's like the movies know that this is a shit dude. Like
yeah.
He's angry. Or he's doing it because he has to. Yeah. Like yeah.
Yeah, it really it's just the 60s. It really just romanticizes like I'm a man and I can get any girl I want. I'm in control type of thing for sure. Like it definitely plays that. It's
the casual, like sometimes you see older stuff and you're just like, whoa. And then you realize it's like,
it's very casual for sure.
Well, you realize they're not even like aware of doing it. Like they're just doing it because that's what they did. Like, oh my God. You know?
It's so big sense of the structure. Yeah.
Yeah. But then sometimes I see stuff from like the 30s or 40s or 50s that is making a commentary on stuff. And then I'll be like, okay, so people did realize, even in the era, you know, like, you're making a commentary on it, so like everyone had to know, you know. It's just especially with like gay subtexts and stuff. You're just like, oh, okay, we've been feeling the same way forever. Mm-hmm. It's just you couldn't say it. Like
Was this motivated by the new game? Is that what gave you a push to go through it? That's cool. I mean, my brother, he's like texting me all the time how much he loves the game and like telling me every new area he's going through. And I know you were hyped with the previews.
Yeah. It's really crazy too, because like there's a fight in From Russia with Love, and just all the fights, especially the Sean Connery fights, where like after playing the game, you're like, this is identical to how they fight in these movies, like just throwing people around and like grappling them and like really just hard single punches, and it's crazy.
Yeah, improvising.
Awesome. Yeah.
I mean, the Bourne influence on the Daniel Craig ones cannot be overstated. But like, even those old ones, he'll like grab a guy and just like chuck him into a bookcase or whatever.
Yeah. Highly recommend From Russia with Love. I cannot recommend it enough. I'm serious. It is so good.
I mean, spy stuff is fun. Spy stuff is like,
it's a really good story.
It's like mystery with like it's like souped up mystery. I don't know why. It just gives it like a little extra boost. Yeah.
That's called intrigue.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about one that Huber and I have both seen. I've still only seen the first episode. I'm trying to space it out like it was a normal release, you know, not binge it too hard. Okay, wow, all right. You have become everything you hate.
Well, I did it over 4 sessions.
Is this for Love Island?
Love Island.
Love Island.
Fruit Love Island.
We have
Definitely.
not stooped that low. Now we're talking about Spider-Noir. Yeah, so let's get into the theme of this month because of Spider-Noir. We're talking spiders. Yeah, so if you have a favorite spider, briefly mention it next month. Patreon.com/reaction shots. Sorry we missed you this time because of scheduling conflicts. But Enemy is the one that comes to mind
Yeah,
for me.
God.
Spiders, dude.
Watched it recently.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's just so cool because it's just like a thematic spider, which you don't like
Yeah.
get very often.
Totally.
And kind of a flip on, I don't want to say, but like the spider not being the object of terror, but being terrified is interesting.
Now, could be completely dense here, and I likely am because I frequently am. My mind is drawing a blank. What are you talking about when you're saying enemy? And then I'm gonna go, oh yeah,
Villeneuve, Jake
villain-
Gyllenhaal, doppelganger.
Jake
the
Gyllenhaal,
doppelganger,
the
what-
double,
the
yeah.
digital clone. That's my Alex Jones voice. He made a digital clone. So yeah, that movie is creepy as hell.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Uneasy
Yeah, that's really a little different. I mean, for him, that's closer to the prisoners.
Oh,
the
yeah.
serial
Same
killer
year.
one. Yeah,
Same
yeah,
year.
yeah.
He did
same
both those in
year.
the same
Double.
year.
Okay,
He put
yeah.
Enemy and Prisoners in the same
Yeah.
year. I forgot about that.
Insane.
That's not. They are pretty similar, but like also very
In
different.
tone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of
they're
my-
different in plot, but similar
But
in
Prisoners
tone.
is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
One of my favorite tropes, we always talk about like turn in your gun and badge. One of my favorite tropes is when somebody yells, "Did you fuck my wife?
Yeah.
Did you fuck my wife?" Like that is
Fuck my wife.
one of my favorite just tropes in stories. It's
And
so
also
good.
one that goes along with that also is when someone just like leaves a wedding ring, like puts a wedding ring on the
So
nightstand
somebody
and just
sees
walks
it?
out, or just
No.
walks out, like when
Oh,
they're
yeah.
leaving someone, just like
yeah,
here,
yeah.
take
Just,
the ring.
oh, cold. Ooh.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, Spider-Noir. I've only seen the beginning. Don't spoil me.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
But I was fucking loving it, dude. Does it hold up? Was it good the
it
whole way
holds up.
through?
It's
Oh,
so good the
good.
whole way. It's so good the whole way.
I can't
Nick
wait to
Cage.
keep going. I love Nick Cage. What a
Nick
fucking
Cage as
maniac.
Spider-Man, like how is this even real?
Can't go
This
wrong.
is so cool. Obviously, he's reprising his role from Spider-Verse. Not a spoiler, they confirmed it well before this came out. It's a different version of that character. It's not his actual Spider-Verse Spider-Noir.
Oh, okay.
Completely different. It's its own thing. They reiterated that
Why?
a
That's
bunch.
That's so like
Because I didn't want to fuck with like because that one is like
Yeah,
going
yeah.
through multiverses and everything.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this is
yeah.
a grounded take.
but also just
sure.
like the Spider-Man like continuity is so fucked up. And,
Yeah,
like,
I think Sony.
because of like licensing nightmares, like oh
Mm-hmm.
my god. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Nick Cage first TV show. When I heard that, I was shocked.
Crazy.
Well, really, out
His
of
first ever.
all
Say
time.
why, Hubert?
Yeah.
Say why.
Oh, Matthew, you'll love this story. It's because during COVID, his son showed him Breaking Bad. And he watched Breaking Bad during COVID and was blown away by just like Bryan Cranston being in a room for like 15 minutes, basically doing nothing. And he was just like,
Staring at a suitcase or
The
something?
there was,
bottle
like, a
episode or
suitcase
something?
scene. I don't know. It wasn't Bug. It was like it was just he's like, yeah, he was just like staring
Why?
at a suitcase for so long, and like he's like, it made me realize like you don't have a lot of time in a movie. You have 2 hours. Like now with a show, I can make more choices. I can like really get into the character more. So
This puzzle TV is an art form. Okay, like I've been impressed by Nick Cage
yeah,
on occasion. Like I'm not the biggest like Nick Cage fan, but I will say like I've liked him. Like I think Mandy. I love Mandy, and I'm sure if we went down the list, I'd be like, love that one, love that one, love that one, love that one. But also, let's be honest, Nick Cage does like 100 movies.
Yeah.
There are definitely things he signs on for a check. He likes acting. He likes money. Like,
sometimes you got to pay your castle off.
Like, I get it. Like, I have to pay my bills. Like, don't look at my IMDb. Like, we all have to buy food and other things. Like, but anyway, like, he's just like, no, I won't do TV. I do art.
I have the quote, actually. He said, I was adamant about not doing television because I didn't want to do anything that was too homogenized or that was like everybody else. And my son sat me down during COVID and showed me Breaking Bad. I began to see the actors in that show were afforded the luxury of time to tell their story. I saw Cranston staring at a suitcase for what seemed like minutes. I couldn't take my eyes off him. And all he was doing was staring at a suitcase. And it occurred to me that you can't do that in movies. You don't have the time. I thought maybe with an 8-hour narrative, I can start planting seeds for a character that can bloom into something that I don't have the luxury of time to do in a movie. That was the main attraction.
Well, I mean, like, this is a great one to do. Like, Spider-Noir, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're going to break into it, this is a good one to choose. Yeah. I didn't know he just had a barrier. Yeah.
I love that Nicolas Cage, a man known for big acting, his reason to do TV is more acting.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your IMDb here, Matt.
No,
there's nothing to be ashamed of here.
No, there's stuff like Container Wars
and Country Bucks. I'm like, what the hell is that?
That's the one. Don't look at that one. Do not watch clips of that.
But then
it's like dudes hunting in the forest.
Rhythm and Flow. Growing up
Rhythm and Flow is awesome. I will go to bat for that. That's my favorite one. Yeah.
Game Trailers TV with Jeff Keighley. Come on now.
Yeah. Good old Jeff. Shout out for... I mean, we would not know each other without Game Trailers.
True. That is true.
I think there's some Star Trek on there. Oh. Lost.
Well, anyway. I closed it now, so who knows? You told me to stop looking. But yeah, love Spider-Noir.
It's so cool. It's so cool. Like, two different styles. You can do the black and white or the color.
Then watch black and white.
I did black and white the whole way through, and then I watched the first one in color. Just to see it. Like, it looks really nice.
You can like live swap it too. They have like an overlay on it.
Yeah, it's like really easy to swap.
Which confused me at first because I was like looking for the black and white version. I was like, where is it? And then I finally just clicked on the show, and it was like, what do you want? Pick.
Yeah,
and I was like,
really cool. Okay. Really cool way to do it. Really clean.
Tech. We have the technology now.
Yeah,
dude. It's crazy.
Really recommend though. Black and white. That's the way.
I was enjoying black and white. Yeah. And they mostly lit it well for black and white too. Like the trick with black and white, and this is how I learned lighting in film school, is like you need the edge light, you need a backlight to separate from the background, and like they do that well in most of the shots. So it's like hell yeah, because you don't have color, you don't have that information to separate it.
Yeah, and a really good cast too. He's not alone. I mean, that whole cast is slaying. You got Brendan Gleeson in there for no reason.
I didn't know he was in it, and then when they introduced him, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, Jack Houston in there,
and there's like it's R-rated too.
Yes,
I didn't know that going in. When I was just like, "Oh, we're swearing. Oh, we slit a throat," and we just watched
rated
it.
R.
Like, oh
wow,
yeah, like ooh. Okay, Spider-Noir. It's a real noir.
Honestly, it's like in the vein of like the Penguin show or something. Just like this kind of little more gritty.
Yeah. Obviously, we've got a lot of movies that involve spiders over the years. I'm looking at a bunch of thumbnails here. One of them I've never heard of. It's Lavalantula, but my brain, I misread it as like Laventura. So I thought they were doing like a spider, like a cheap schlocky spider homage to Laventura. And I was like, what's that about? But no, it's Lavalantula.
At this point, I might rather watch the spider homage to Laventura than Antonioni. Laventura is good, but I feel like you only need to see that once or twice and then you're done with it. It's slow.
Isn't there a phrase in... There's like an Italian, I think, like slang where they say things are like Antonioni and it means it's boring.
That sounds about right. That's what Antonioni means in Italian is boring.
I haven't seen it. But yeah, honestly, Go ahead.
One of my favorite new Spider movies was from a couple years ago. It was a French movie called Infested.
Oh yeah, you
You
love that.
told us about that.
And
Yeah, it sounded cool.
Yeah, they're in like the apartment building, and there's like a spider. There's like spiders.
I looked that up after you told me about it.
Yeah, it's
that
cool.
sounded great.
There's like a little bit of that. It's so funny. I watched The Exorcist like last Halloween, and do you remember the beginning of The Exorcist when they're in like the dig site, right?
Zuzu, yeah.
But it's just like a couple minutes, and I'm like, dude, give me more of that. That shit is sick.
Yeah.
Infested kind of starts like that, where there's like, you're kind of out in the desert, and you're like, you see a spider, and you're like, oh, what's going on here? And then like, and we get to like,
you know what other movie starts like that? Stargate.
Fuck yeah.
I showed Sophia Stargate the other day and she loved it. She's like, I didn't know this was Egypt stuff. And I was like, yeah, Stargate rules.
So cool. I've been meaning to rewatch that too for so long.
Dude, it holds up shockingly well. Like, it doesn't, like, I don't even remember it having any, like, 90s, like, ooh, like, I don't even remember it. Nothing proc to me unless I'm forgetting something right now. But, like, decent characterization of people for the time period, like
good.
I mean, like, I think it even kind of handles the Egyptian spin-off people that are in it. I think it even handles that well. Like it's an uprising movie, so it's like it's on the side of the people. Obviously I can't super speak to its depiction of that cultural, but like it's a culture that diverged from ours 1,000 years ago. So it's like, who knows? Anyway, obviously Spider-Man is big. There's, just in this wall of thumbnails, I would say maybe half of it is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
We've got the Raimis, we've got the Amazings, we've got the MCUs, we've got the Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse ones are maybe among the best Spider-Man movies ever.
100%.
Especially the first one. I like the first one more than the second one. But
first one was just so good.
I think the second one will be great once the third one comes out, because it'll feel like its second half is there. Because the second one is kind of just like half a movie.
Yeah, it felt like a part 1, part 2 kind of situation.
Yeah, fully. But I enjoy the MCU Spider-Man as well. I know that No Way Home, or whatever that new one is, gets maligned for being very like pause for applause here, like that kind of a vibe, which it does do for sure. But I had fun with it.
It's
Charlotte's
aged well.
Web, dude.
I think there was a little too much. It's too much noise when that fucking movie came out. Way too much noise. I rewatched that one like a couple months ago, and it is way better than I remember. Way better. I was like,
That's interesting, yeah,
I can
'cause I
actually
liked
like
it.
calmly watch it now without the insane noise and expectations and hype.
I liked it at the time. Like I thought it did a cool job of kind of landing the plane on like multiple storylines from different continuities,
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. But I haven't rewatched it since theaters. And also it was like post-COVID. They shot it in a weird time period. Like I kind of was like giving it maybe a little bit of a pass, because I was like, this is a weird time we live in. Like this is ain't nothing normal. Shout out to Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web.
As a kid. Loved that as a kid.
Wow, yeah. I wouldn't have even thought to include that, but I have that. Yeah. Well, I mean, the rat's name is Templeton, right?
Yeah, Templeton.
Yeah, Templeton's great. I loved him because he was so. I love a good kids movie, Rascal. They were always my favorite characters, and he wanted to go to the fair because it's a smorgasbord. Yeah, and he just wanted, like, he was like, all the shit's on the floor, and you can just like round up there. Everybody's dropping shit. Nobody cares. Nobody pays attention, but that's where all the good shit is. Yeah. I mean, no spoilers for where Charlotte's Web ends up, but I think people might be surprised. Just hang on, it's a roller coaster.
I remember being sad, but I don't remember. I think I remember like the nice spider in the barn that's very friendly, and and the smorgasbord thing, and then the end half of that movie is in the part of my brain is reserved for the little toaster, where I'm like, don't
Yeah.
open that door, like don't
Let's
remember
just say
that.
it might not end up well for the pig or the spider, but
Right.
I'll let you discover which one.
I recently watched
Yeah.
Hoppers, which I was very surprised by. I really loved it. But they have a Charlotte's Web reference in that where there's a spider that's helping her get directions, and the spider can talk, and it's very Charlotte's Web coded. But the main character's like, which way is it? And the spider makes it cuts back to the web, and there's an arrow on the web, and then the main character's like, thanks, see ya. And then it cuts back to the spider, and she's just sitting there, and then another spider comes in and is like, and he's like, what's that? And she just goes, it's an arrow, Ted. And then it cuts. I'm just like, what? That's so good. It's so funny. Anyway, she's like so exasperated.
I feel like one of the
arrow,
main
Ted.
events here, at least from my childhood, and Tokyo Slim or the Wojnars are going to have something to say about arachnophobia.
I was waiting. I was hoping it was going to come up. I didn't know
Yeah.
if the two of you were too young because there's a small window when you're kids where even like 2 years, 4 years difference, it may get the cutoff. But arachnophobia, I saw in the
Hell
theater.
yeah.
That
Hell
was scary
yeah.
as
Wow.
shit.
I caught moments of it on
Scared me as a kid.
TV. It scared me. Yeah,
Crawls
it
up
would
the
just like be
nose.
on, and I would be like, ugh!
Spider crawls up the nose. Yeah.
Disturbing. I should watch that again. It's been so long. Holy shit.
I'm imagining in the like forests of Wisconsin that you had some hella spiders up there, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, daddy long. I have like maybe a bizarre tolerance for daddy long legs, and apparently daddy long
Oh
legs
yeah,
is
they're
regional.
Fine. They're the best.
Yeah. Like, I don't
Like
mind those.
what I think of as daddy long legs is the spider, not the thing that Blood thinks are daddy long legs, which is maybe the southern image of them. But like, yeah, little body with big spindly legs.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of cute. Like I just tolerate.
They
tolerate
can hang
them.
out. I'm not gonna mess
That's
with them.
so
Yeah.
funny. I googled daddy long legs, just like look at one, and a thing pops up. Who's the real daddy long legs?
Is it Nick
and it's
Cage?
like different spiders.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was like
It's
an
the
actual
tiny
debate.
little one. It's the little spindly leg,
so funny.
thin legs, body sitting there in the middle. That's
Yeah.
a daddy long legs Bloodworth.
Yeah, blood. I've got so many of those in my house all the time.
I kind of just stopped fighting them at some point. But yeah, growing up, we had a boatload of those. The ones that we were always afraid of in the Midwest were brown recluse. Like those are like the bad ones. But
I got
like,
bit by one. I got bit by one.
bit by one?
Just disintegrated my butt. It was awful.
You were the most fucked up person. Like you have had every experience.
Yeah. It wasn't pleasant.
No, it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it'll go necrotic, and you'll get sepsis and die if you don't deal with that quick.
Yeah, I mean, I got like this, shit to put on it, and like it was fine. And like, didn't have a very good doctor. He said when he got to heaven, he was gonna ask God what happened to my foot, and he gave me some medicine to put on top of it. Yeah, that was my face too. I was like, aren't you supposed to be like a scientist?
Yeah, are you supposed to fucking know, dude? Like, what?
Yeah, it worked out. Like it was fine. It was just like we caught it early, and it was like this big of it turned awful colors. I won't get too specific. Yeah.
Woof. Yeah. So those, and they're rare up there too.
Someone mailed a box to me. Yeah, and it was
Oh
in
my God.
California. Yeah,
Jeez.
And it had a recluse in it.
it was video games. Yeah, it was a box of like NES games. Yeah.
I don't want to. Why are we even doing this episode?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even want to talk about this anymore. I want to go home, but I'm already home.
It could have crawled up my nose. It could have been worse,
Shut
like
up,
arachnophobia.
Shut up. Yeah, no. Some spiders I like. Some spiders I don't like. Like out here we have black widows. I just try to avoid
That was
those.
what scare me. Yeah. Those are what scare me. I'm always like looking and I was like, is that the red dot? It's hard to tell.
They're on the
because they're
bottom, so
tiny,
you can't-
right? Yeah, they're
yeah,
tiny. Those are small. Yeah.
I've seen
Small but deadly.
one for sure in real life, maybe a few more in real life, but Sophia has a story. She was at Griffith Park one time, and they were sitting and having a picnic, and then they just realized they were in a nest of black widows. They're just like, oh, there's black widows everywhere.
Oh my god!
So they just, you just calmly get up and leave. Like that's the thing is like they don't want to fuck with you. Like they want to be left alone. And if you try to kill
accident.
them, like,
it's the accidental thing that I'm worried about. Because you don't realize you're fucking with them.
Why are we talking about spiders?
We should have done this for Halloween.
We should have. We should have. Damn you, Spider-Noir.
Speaking of Spider,
have
either of you seen David
Cronenberg's Spider? These are the two I wanted to talk about. We've done them back.
Is that the Ralph Fiennes one?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Cronenberg. I've never seen it.
So it is my maybe my least favorite Cronenberg, but it's
agree.
a really fun one to talk about.
I've heard it's very good.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It was like my friend had the DVD and he's like, you gotta watch this. Like, we gotta watch this. My friend in film school at the time. So it's like one of those vibes where he's like, this is this is the sickest movie ever. He's like in film school. I'm like, all right, let's do it. You know, we're like in our 20s. We watch it and we're like, yeah, it's sick.
It's one of those.
All I remember is like really trippy.
Maybe I have seen this.
Yeah, it's one of the. He's kind of like an Eraserhead type character.
Right. Yeah.
Where he's kind of like, what's this dude's like?
What's his
issue? Yeah, like this guy seems to have an issue, and it turns out that it's women. And then
it
it's
often
like,
is.
Yeah. And then I think I hadn't seen a lot of Cronenberg films at the time. And so I didn't have a very, a big frame of reference for what he does with his movies. And I was very shocked. I was like, oh, well, this director doesn't like women because it was, he was siding with the character. If only women hadn't done this to this character, this character wouldn't have been so fucked up. I need to maybe see it again and re-examine it now that I know the full scope of Cronenberg's work. And because it's not an early Cronenberg movie, it's right in the middle of what he's done.
Yeah, so 2007.
Maybe Cronenberg was going through some shit, or maybe he has more to say than what I initially assumed. I had a very negative reaction to it when it came out, but Cronenberg usually has a lot on his mind, so it's interesting thinking about in retrospect because I
love a punished Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah,
he's so tortured.
Yeah, he's very tortured in that movie.
Yeah.
I just love Ralph Fiennes, man.
Same.
Like
one of the
Conclave,
goats.
dude. Shout out.
Shout out. One of the
Bone Temple, dude. Shout out.
Yeah,
he's great in both those movies.
Yeah.
But I like Bone Temple with him. He's
so good.
Yeah.
What a career.
Phenomenal. It's such a comedic performance.
Yeah, it's funny.
He's so versatile. Oh my god,
so funny.
He really is.
Dude.
His kind of reluctant going along with things in Bone Temple, where he's just like, okay,
this is what I gotta do.
I guess. Like,
what a legend.
Eight-Legged Freaks. That was a moment in time. I remember the trailers for that. Like, there was like a weird
that was like a cultural moment.
Yeah, there was like a weird spider thing in the late 90s. What year is Eight-Legged Freaks? 2002. Okay, yeah. So like early 2000s, late 90s.
Good name for a movie.
Yeah. It was,
it's kind of like a Mars Attacks vibe, but with
Mars Attacks
spiders.
Yeah, fully. Yeah, it's like very comedy. Along Came a Spider is 2001. Yeah, there's like a spider moment.
Spider. What is
Morgan
that one?
Freeman? I loved that movie as a kid.
Is that like in universe with Bone Collector, or is it just similar vibe?
I know that. It's like
one?
the James Patterson book,
right? It's Alex Cross. Yeah. Okay. Kiss the Girls.
Kiss the Girls is the
That's
other one.
the one. I was like, it's like
Spider.
literally a sequel to, or like same universe.
Yeah.
It is just a sequel. Yeah, to Kiss the Girls.
I really liked that movie.
James Patterson. Yeah, the whole Alex Cross thing. I don't know. I don't know
I
much
read a
about it.
lot of those when I was like in middle school. They're kind of R.L.
Yeah.
Stein for grown-ups.
Yeah,
Grown-ups.
that's the James Patterson,
Yeah.
the whole James Patterson thing.
Roger Ebert gave it a 2 out of 4, calling it a loophole-riddled verging on the nonsensical. Though he criticized the plot holes, he thought that Freeman's performance was commendable and suggested awards should perhaps focus more on poor films that had excellent performances.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
Funny.
Ashley Judd's in the Kiss the Girls. Carrie Ellis is in Kiss the Girls.
I remember really liking those. I used to watch those at like sleepovers. We used to watch like
Yeah.
Along Came a Spider.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, that was the era when there's like you were on the hunt.
Seven.
Yeah, Seven, like that. Like you were on the hunt
Just
for like
Cause. Yeah.
psychological
Oh, Just
thrillers and
Cause.
maybe a little titillation. Like that kind of a vibe.
Love Just Cause.
Never saw that one.
Love that one.
Sean Connery, right?
Yeah.
Huber, there's one that I feel like you need to talk about that I have not seen because you said it's so scary and because I watched
Possum.
the trailer. Yeah, and seeing like just the little thing in the trailer, I was like, I don't think I want to watch this.
It's like a spider adjacent movie.
Well,
You know,
I've
the
got one
spi-
to talk about in a minute too.
Yeah,
That's like that, but
Possum, yeah, the and like kind of like Enemy, you know, like the theme of like Enemy is about like like the spider webs and like how
Yeah.
that translates to like relationships. And I remember Enemy has some like crazy commentary about like just society and
well, because
politics
the
and
first
the
the first and last shot of Enemy, I think, is a spider. And the first shot, he's at like a weird like sex show.
underground, like yeah.
And there's a spider involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like spider becomes like a metaphor for like
Yeah.
women and like infidelity
lot
kind
of
of and like a lot of
subtext.
stuff. Yeah. Enemy
Yeah.
is a crazy movie.
Enemy
Enemy's
is
great.
like I didn't even catch it, but Enemy has like a lot of again like political and like shit on. It's like weird. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I'm like I didn't even catch any of that. Possum is kind of a similar thing where it's like not really about spiders or a spider, but the theme of all of that is in there, and of course, like of course you'll see a spider or two in there.
Yeah.
But that movie's just so bleak and just so like one of those movies where you're watching it and you're so uneasy the entire time, and then finally when it's over and you turn the lights on, you're just relieved that it's over. You're like, okay, I'm back to real
Yeah.
life. I'm back in reality.
Back to reality. Yeah, I mean,
It's like it fixed
similarly,
tonight.
I would say The Mist.
Sure.
Those fucking spider things with like human faces bothered me so much. They bothered me so much when I saw that movie. I was just
Same.
like, ugh, like I
A
can't.
spider
look
with
at
a
you,
human
but I can't
face.
look away.
Get out of here.
Get right out of here. Oh my god. Yeah, real fucked up. Real fucked
I think it's cool because like spiders are like inherently scary.
Yeah.
You know, even like a beautiful, non-threatening spider can be just like so scary to look at. So already you have just like an intense visual image of it. And then
Yeah.
like we were saying with Enemy and Possum and others, like you can like the idea of a spider and just the subtext you can use when telling a story, even if it's not directly about like the creature spider, just
Yeah.
about like webs and connections and, you know, like even like femme fatales being like, ooh, I'm like beautiful but dangerous type,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
A couple more I wanted to shout out. Speaking of daddy long legs, there's the mother, I think it's called Mother Long Legs or Mommy Long Legs in Skull Island, Kong Skull Island, where they have the big spider and they mistake its legs for bamboo at first, and then
Oh
they
my
look up and it's
God.
just this big fucking spider, and they're just like, "Ugh, let's get out of here." Oh, that's cool.
I love how King Kong has like all these other intense creatures.
Yeah, and they're just big.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing their thing. Like that wildebeest or whatever is just like, yeah, I'm just a yak. I'm hanging out. It's fine. Like they're not all bad. They're just big. And then last night we showed a friend Return of the King who has never seen it. Shelob, dude.
Wait, who
How
never
did
saw
they
Return of the
miss?
King?
How did they miss it?
My friend, she's just never seen it.
But saw the first two?
I think she had seen. We rewatched all three with her.
Oh, okay, cool.
That seems like a choice at this point.
She just missed it. I don't know.
No, actually, I work with
Which seems crazy, but-
I work with a lot of people of all ages, and I'm always just like, you know me, I'm always just like randomly shouting shit. So randomly, I'll like be working with my crew, and I'll like go off on the Matrix. I went off on the Matrix the other day, and like nobody bit. So I was like, "Yo, have you seen the Matrix?" They're like, "No." I was
Dude.
like, "Have you?" I was like, "Have you seen the Matrix?" No.
Nobody bit.
I'm like, who the fuck has seen the Matrix here? Like, what is going on? How have you not fucking like?
Were they all young?
A lot of young, some like
Yeah.
middle-aged people.
Very
Finally,
old
like,
man yells at Cloud over here now.
yeah, I was like, God damn Matrix, dude, what the fuck?
I rewatched The Matrix recently, and now that we're a little closer and a little, the future's a little bit darker now.
Yeah,
It felt dark as fuck. That movie's heavy. They're just fucking harvesting humans. Like, yeah. It was like, this movie's fucking darker than I remember.
I mean, we basically are being harvested for our information and our views and our, for real.
Yeah.
And also like, I remember at the time being like, haha, no way. Like 1999, they just picked 1999 as the peak of human civilization because it's 1999 right now. The more that time passes, I'm like, they maybe kind of had a point. Like things have gotten kind of worse in some ways, better in some ways, but a lot worse in other ways.
Shelob's lair is Sirith Ungol, which translates to the pass of the spider.
The pass of the spider.
And Shelob, do not look this up. Hardcore trigger warning. This Shelob is apparently based on the New Zealand tunnel web spider. Do not look it up. It is crazy looking. Holy fuck. Jesus. That is like
I'll take your advice.
Yeah, that is like spider capital
Tell me
S.
twice.
Yes.
Did you look it up? He told you not to look it up. I'm good with the warning.
Yeah, it has like a weird, like shiny tan body.
I have a very visual memory, not an audio memory, and
me too.
Visuals will burn themselves forever.
This is why I love horror movies, but I am careful about horror movies because like I'll lay awake at night just like I still picture the guy in the corner from Gerald's Game. Just like, oh, what if that's in my room?
Yeah, I've heard you mention that. Yeah, many times. Yeah,
Hereditary, like. That's why Hokum looks scary to me because it's like just the trailer. Hokum. I'm like, there's shit by the bed, man. I don't know.
Couple creepy parts. You'll be okay.
This is why I can't TikTok, because I opened it the other night to like look up something innocent, and then a lady was hanging off a roller coaster. I hope she's okay, but I can't fucking get that image out of my mind, and I'm like, fuck this app.
Yeah. Could be AI slop on TikTok.
Could be AI slop. They love doing those
I hope
ones.
so. Thank you for telling me that. Like,
lady hanging off a roller coaster sounds like peak AI slop.
I mean, that sounds like a boomer thing to say, but also, early TikTok days, I saw people falling off bikes, and I was like, well, that's definitely real. Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't want to see people get hurt. I'm not going to look up the tunnel spider thing you warned me about.
Don't do it. It wasn't that bad, but don't do it.
It's going to be in my mind till the day I die.
Yeah, I'm like that too, where like I just remember stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a blessing and a curse.
Nobody died. Nobody died. It's true. Nobody died 4 days ago. Everyone's safe. Everyone's fine.
Hanging off a roller coaster?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, not AI slap. That's good. Yeah. All right, good.
Thank you.
Jesus
Great.
Christ.
Wonderful. Yeah.
As I've gotten older, roller coasters have lost their appeal for me.
Fantasyland in Disneyland is my favorite spot, period. That's it. I love it. Just let me go through the little. It's funny how you change
as you get older, right? You're just like, I'll just, I want to have a nice lunch.
Yeah.
That's
Shelob is described, I'm on the Shelob kick, is described in the Two Towers as an evil thing in spider form.
Ah, like It.
Yeah, like It. There you go. There's another
Dead
spider. Lights. That counts.
Yeah. How did we get all through this without talking about It?
I know.
Fuck me.
Freak.
Or just Stephen King in general. He loves something just being kind of a spider in the third act. He loves that.
It's so funny.
He just loves
I mean,
that.
he's in the northeast. I spent some time in Connecticut as a kid, and there were definitely lots of spiders there. Yeah.
Nobody tops New
Stephen
Zealand.
King vibes. Yeah.
Shout out New Zealand. You guys win in Australia.
Anybody seen Cave of the Silken Web? That's another kung fu corner, but that's a Shaw Brothers movie. And it is a adaptation of a portion of Journey to the West.
Cool.
It's been readaptated. That's the right word. Adaptated.
Yeah.
It's been remade several times, but this focuses on Spider Sisters, 7 Spider Sisters, and they know kung fu, and watch out for them. It's very fun. I like it. If you're into the kung fu things that have colorful costumes and silly fun production design, if you value that over excellent martial arts expertise, which sometimes I'm in the mood for that. Cave of the Silken Web is a fun one. My friends surprised me with that on DVD. And I throw it on in the background at parties, and people always walk by like, what the hell is that? Cave of the Silken Web, 7 Spider Sisters. Very fun. I've never had a reason to bring it up because it's very, it's very niche.
It is.
But now I do. Cave of the Silken Web.
That's like Kiss of the Spider Woman, which I've never seen. Oh, apparently there's a remake of that.
Yeah, there's a new one that just came out last year.
Ah, is it good?
I haven't seen it, but it came out on all the screener things.
63 Metacritic, 75 Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, there's a famous book that was out for the longest time. What country is it from? The book. Forget the author's name.
Depicts daily conversations between 2 cellmates in an Argentine prison.
Yeah. From Argentina.
It's a Spanish language novel. Yeah. Came out in Argentina. Came from Argentina.
I don't think it has to do with spiders necessarily. I think it's poetic.
1976.
I do know. I think it has to do with queer relationships, probably, from what I understand. Yeah, I think it's a classic and that lineage. From what I understand.
El beso de la mujer araña.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
It means Kiss of the Spider Woman, I imagine. I was just reading the cover. I don't really speak Spanish, so who knows? Cool. Anyway, any other spiders that we missed before we wrap it up for spiders?
I'm sure the patrons will have amazing thoughts that we missed.
We didn't talk about camel spiders. We didn't talk about Spider in the Attic. We didn't talk about Sting. I'm just looking at ice spiders. Damiani probably loves ice spiders. Itsy Bitsy.
Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Arachnoquake. The Legend of Spider Forest. The Curse of the Black Widow. Yeah, there's a bunch.
Spider Vamps.
Tarantula! Exclamation point. Spiders on a plane.
Tarantula, of course.
A riff on a riff.
Tarantula. I think I watched that in film school.
Yeah, 100-foot spider movie from looks like the 50s. Yeah. 1955. Yeah.
Dude, totally. That is a good one.
Ooh, Shatner, Kingdom of the Spiders, 77. Never saw it. It's on Tubi, apparently.
Love Tubi.
All right, everybody. That'll do it for this episode. But as we mentioned, we're going to give you a double feature.
I have to go to work. I cannot do that, actually.
Huber's got to go to work. So
yeah, this person's not covering my shift. I have to go to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Have fun, Typhoon.
I'm sorry.
Typhoid marrying your clientele at the restaurant.
I'm coughing all over everybody's drinks.
Matt Walden and I are talk about We'll talk about the summer preview episode in a second.
Just give a shout out to the Death of Robin Hood. Give a shout out to that one. Hugh Jackman, R-rated, hardcore Robin Hood A24 movie coming out in a couple weeks.
Put in the R in Robin Hood.
Yeah, I'm hyped on that. I'm really hyped on that. Yeah, for sure. And then obviously Spielberg.
Yeah, Disclosure Day.
Spielberg.
Weird like 2004 graphic design going on these billboards for Disclosure Day.
You are
I don't know if you've seen them.
So right.
It's like, I mean, obviously it's a choice, Ben. Like, I kind of like it, but it's like, this is like weird and not great. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
The director of The Death of Robin Hood is the director of A Quiet Place Day One and Pig.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Hell yeah.
See, now that Pig just burst onto the scene and is making just like putting out bangers. Yeah.
And apparently he's the one doing Death Stranding movie.
Oh shit, dude. That'll be
so big one here. Death of Robin Hood. I've done that.
Death of Robin Hood. All right. Yeah. Well, catch that right now. We're going to put that up with this one. Thanks, Huber. Feel better.
Yes.
Sorry you have to go to work.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
All right. Thanks,
Love
everybody.
you.
We'll see you in a sec. Love you.
Thank you. Bye.